Hey everyone, it's Erin Saxton, that girl from Jersey. So we've been playing cards and watching TV shows. I'll get to the TV shows in a second. And at night, and I know I'm not the only one, but we'll have a glass of wine or a beer or a hard lemonade or whatever, and nothing crazy. But we don't have recycling every day. So the other day, I have a basket, right? So hold on, I'll get you the basket. I have a basket full of recycling, right? And so I keep it in my kitchen and I put all the recycling in it. And then every once in a while I bring it out and then I dump it in. So I don't know, I guess it was a long weekend, but this thing was like filled with soda cans and spiked seltzer and bottles of water and like just beer and wine bottles. I'm not gonna lie, right? So I go outside and it's a beautiful weekend and there's like kids riding their bikes equidistant 6 feet apart and they're brothers and sisters. Well, I don't realize this is about to happen, but I flip open the recycling and I happen to notice this. It's awful. I'm noticing this little kid on like one of those little bikes, right? So he's like, look, Mom, look, I'm riding my bike. And at that, my timing could not be worse. I take this, which is filled with stuff, and I don't think what I'm about to tell you, but I dump it into the recycling bin and it clashes and breaks glass with the other glass already in there, and it sets off this kid practically fell off his bike. Like he was like, oh God, right? Like, and he's looking around like there's an earthquake. I felt terrible, but I saw him behind a pine tree, and I'm ashamed to say that I wasn't like, sorry, like that's how much glass recycling I dumped into the bin. Just letting you know, right? And I'm not proud of that, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. But I have so much glassware that I'm recycling due to this shelter in place that I'm making kids fall off their bikes pretty much. Like, hey honey, how'd you skin your knee? Oh, old lady Erin was just throwing out her wine bottles. Sorry, I don't know why the 7-year-old would say that. But anyway, so and I'm looking at myself in the video and I have eyelash extensions, right? And there's nobody to fill them. Clearly nobody to do the roots either. And so I'm wondering, eventually as these videos progress, you guys are just gonna see like one eyelash, right? So there's no tips on what to do. There's nobody. I know there's people underground doing this stuff. I know it. I'm kidding. But I know there's underground people still doing manicures and pedicures. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I know you're out there. So I would appreciate some tips on either how to just get these off myself or what to do when I just have 2 left and I look like Igor or something. So that's that. But I'm watching TV. I'm watching a lot of TV in between working and stuff like that. I'm obsessed with Handmaid's Tale. Do you guys know that? Based on the book by Margaret Atwood. Elizabeth Moss is the main character. Here, it's this. It's so good, but it's so disturbing, and it's disturbing because of these characters, and these characters can't have babies, and these characters can, and it's oppressive to women, and it's brilliant. It takes place in what could be one day the United States with these religious zealots overtaking and forming their own government. And don't go to bed though right after watching one of their more dark, intense episodes. So I did, and I had a hugely bad dream. So I had a Handmaid's Tale dream mixed with a coronavirus, like all combined in my head in my dream. And what I've noticed about my dreams is that I'm able, shocker, to control my dream, like as a TV producer that I am. So here's how the dream went. Eric was sick with the virus, and he got so sick that it didn't look like he was going to make it. I needed to get to him. It turns out I was in a hospital bed in the same room. I ripped out my ventilator, right, just to get over to him. And at that, we realized I'm not going to make it. So my friend Terry Aller, who's a nurse, so this is on my mind because she's in the hospital. She's working with all of these really sick people, and I'm worried about her too. So Terry runs into the room. I can't breathe. And instead of just, having a tender moment with my kid, even though, because I'm pretty sure in my dream I was going to die. Again, don't forget the source. It's not just me being whatever. I decide to leave. I need Terry to come in so I can give her all these messages. And at one point, I'm like, and tell so-and-so this, and tell so-and-so that. And so Terry's like thinking I'm going to just say 3 things. She finally like leaves, and I go, no, come back. So I'm producing this in my dream. In my dream, she comes back with a pad and pencil because I keep giving her so many messages to people. And at that point, Eric was fine in the dream, and I just kept giving Terry messages to deliver. And I finally woke myself up out of it. But total anxiety dream. But of course, I'm, still trying to control everything. And I'm like, and Terry, don't forget to, and I'm reaching for like the stupidest things that no one would care if I leave them those parting words, like, and the key to this, the safe of the safety deposit box, or the key to the garage is, and tell, like stupid stuff. Like if these are my last final moments, the stuff that I was having Terry Aller write down from my sick bed was just ridiculous. So I've curbed off of shows like that. And what I decided to do was switch to the Game Show Network, right? Do you guys remember the Game Show Network? Do you remember this guy, right? So what I'm noticing is that this guy, they think they're being this is Match Game with Gene Rayburn, right? Rayburn. And they think they're all like cutesy and like saucy and cutting edge, right? Especially that Richard Dawson, right? So I'm watching this, and this is like either a 1974 or 1978 episode. So I try to anticipate here in 2020 what I think would be good matches for these people. And so it's I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this. Golly Green Giant said, no more hoeing for me. Noel Gibbons ate my blank, right? Now everyone's like, hee. So I'm trying to figure out like, wow, how saucy. What must this answer be, right? Now I know what I would say. So the Golly Green Giant said, no more hoeing for me. Noel Gibbons ate my blank. But in 1974 or 1978, listen to what the answer was. Green beans. Green beans. Right? So I then keep watching because I'm like, somebody's going to say baby maker. Somebody's going to say penis. Somebody's going to say something, because if you were to ask people in modern day times, no more hoeing for me. I mean, back then, I don't think anybody was called a hoe, right? So it's just, this is all to avoid having anxiety dreams. I've now focused on this. This woman says foot. So my question to all of you is, what would you have filled in the blank? Modern day times, Golly Green Giant said, no more ho-hoing for me. Noel Gibbons ate my blank. Please put in the comments below. Just wondering. Stay well, everyone.